These are my top 3 high peaks in the Adirondacks, and my number 1 is not for the reason that you might think. For number 3, I think it's Colden for me because, not because of the actual hike at the summit, but because that's when I discovered Avalanche Pass, which became one of my favorite places to go, and I was able to visit a few more times in my quest for the 46er patch. If you've never been to Avalanche Pass, honestly, it's kind of worth just going to and chilling out in that Lake Valley area. It is absolutely stunning. Really cool boardwalks, people just chilling. Especially if you're going in the summer, it's a really cool place to hang out. My number 2 is Algonquin, I'd have to say, because of, I think, just the experience of that day, and that's probably, once you've done the 46, at least for me, the best and worst is largely dependent on the weather and conditions of the day. So the day I did Algonquin was phenomenal weather. I dragged a friend along, and he had a good time, and I got to kind of see like the awe from the top. As I had been going up just about every weekend, I'd kind of gotten used to you get to the top, you see the view, but it was cool seeing it from kind of his perspective as he kind of looks off and he's amazed by this. I also went through Avalanche Pass again because I walked back around over the far side. I did Iroquois, I came back, and then I went down kind of the waterway there and then went back through Avalanche Pass. Bit of a longer way, got back a little bit later than I was intending, but it was a fantastic weather day, very dry conditions, and it was beautiful. So yeah, that's my number 2. My number 1, even though I finished on Skylight, and it's not my top 3 necessarily, I feel like Marcy was my number 1. I did start on it, and I sort of discovered the Adirondack 46 on that hike. I did the first hike kind of just because I needed to go do something. One day I kind of like planned it out that week and said, I'm going to go do this. I just need to do something. Cause I needed to kind of get out of my house and go do something. And, so I hiked Marcy, and it was a beautiful day at the base, but it was like really cold weather at the top. And then on the way back down, I met some Canadian snowshoers, the senior Canadian snowshoe group, and they were really awesome, really cool. And they talked about this Adirondack 46er thing, which I thought was absolutely insane. And then, yeah, like maybe a week later, the kind of idea got in my head and I started to process it. And then what was awesome is after I finished Skylight and I was returning back, I was doing the loop. So I went over the backside of Marcy and got to kind of revisit Marcy right after I completed all 46 high peaks. So it was a very cool, kind of a bookend to that chapter. Not that I haven't gone back and hiked again in the region and the high peaks, but I just thought that was pretty cool, pretty poetic to kind of go back and see where it kind of started by accident. So that's why that's my number 1.